Hello guys, this is Mr. Diaz, and for the class of social studies, I remember I gave you a handout for a general review. So I have here a display of images and pictures that will help you out answer the study guide. Okay. And first is based on these questions that you see here from the handout, which you were supposed to answer from true or false. And the first question was: experts believe that the Earth land masses were once joined as one huge continent. Okay, if you read there on this page of your textbook, you will see experts believe that all of the Earth land masses were once joined as one huge continent. And it says the name and the following line, which is Pangea. So it was true. The answer was true. In the second one, it says the Earth is made up of layers. If you read the next here, you see you can read Earth is made up of layers. The mantle, the crust, and the nucleus. And I guess there was a drawing on textbook. So the answer is true. Let's see on the number 3, which is a volcano is a crack in earth crust along which movement occurs. That is false. The definition you see there is fault. A fault is a crack on earth crust along which movement occurs. That's not a volcano. Okay, so the answer was false. On the number 4, it says people can change land in different ways. Let's see. On this page, let me see here. People change the land. It says human activities also change the earth. Rivers form, food plants, and deltas. People turn those lands into farming areas. If you continue reading, you will see, guys, the people can build dams, ditches, and they can definitely change a piece of land. So the answer is yes. The answer is true. In the other question, number 5, it says water covers more than the 70% of Earth's surface. The answer is found also on the textbook. On the Earth bodies of water, it says water covers more than 70% of Earth's surface. So the answer is true. Okay. Now, if you see here on the multiple choice item questions, some of them were for you designed to give you a second thought, to make you think, to be critical on your answer. Okay, you will not find them easily on the textbook, but you can perfectly Google it, look it up on books, encyclopedias, or whatever it is. The first is landforms are studied by. The answer is geologist. Geologist is the one that studies landforms. Geo comes from Earth. Okay, so in the second one, the of landform includes materials that are part of the land and how materials are arranged in the land. Process, my friend, it's a process. Okay, the process of landform includes parts of lands and materials that are arranged. So it's the letter A. 2. On the number 3, it says this is any natural formation of rock and dirt that is found on Earth. The only answer there is the letter D, my friends. It's a land form. Land form. And the number 4, this is a large region with tall grass, island, divide, and here valley and prairie. Prairie is the answer, my friends. It also matches with the definition of savanna, but the answer was D also. Prairie. Tall grass is a flat land, a huge region or area of land grass. Number 5, my friends, is this is an area of hills, plateaus, and mountains. If you remember, we read this in the class and we said that these were highlands. A hill is a highland, a plateau is a highland, a mountain is a huge highland. So the answer was the letter C, a highland. Okay, now let's move on to the other section of the test. I gave you a drawing and you were supposed to describe what you saw on the drawing on the lines there. Well, if you see, this is the early people. You see that they are grouped together. Remember that they make bands, or they began to form families, okay? And the book says that in groups of people, like 30 people. You can see there that most of the women are dedicated to gathering and activities from home, and the guys, if you see them, they are like with tools and weapons on their hands, because they were dedicated much to hunting. You can also see that the area is a flat area, like a plain or a valley, which makes their lives easier. Okay, they sometimes settled on riversides. Pretty much so the description that I expected from you. Now let's see the questions. Question number 1 is, what physical features make places easy for people to live in? If you go back here to my display, you'll see hunters and gatherers. What I just explained to you about the drawing, it says there that the typical band had about 30 people, okay? And the women gather wild fruits and roots, and they were dedicated much for sewing, clothing, and the skin of the animals, etc. So, and the men, of course, they hunted animals. They dedicated pretty much to hunting and looking for shelter. Now, here, this is the physical features for the early people. The land and the water affect population and distribution. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that they looked for riversides, for plains, for valleys where the land was fertile to cultivate. Those were pretty much the kind of feature lands that they were looking. They were looking for water and they were looking for food. So those are the areas that they were trying to settle. Okay. Now, in the second question, it's what are some factors that push and pull people to migrate and leave their homeland? If you read here, it says other causes for migration are unpleasant conditions to push the people out their homeland to a new country. Drought, which is a climate condition. War, which is difficulties in living because of violence. Unemployment. Famine, lack of food and production in the country. An extreme shortage of food, which is pretty much similar, may cause people to leave homeland. Remember, the migration occurs when people want a better lifestyle. Okay, they want to improve their lifestyle. Okay, and that's why they move to other areas. Now, question number 3, it says, how did technology affect the lives of early people? You can also see here, and you can also read, okay, that The fact that they were hunters and gatherers, they, well, this area, as it says there, this period was called the Paleolithic period. And of course, they began with the knowledge and the experience according to what they were going through. They began to build tools, weapons, clothing. They used the bones of the animals to make spears. They added a handle of a wooden handle or something. They also used the needles to weave or make clothing out of the animal skin. And as you can see, they also group as a they also work as a team for hunting matters. They were after a prey, chasing the prey so they can push it or push the animal into a cliff and then kill the animal. They use camouflage as well, okay? And other stuff to kill the animals and work in cooperation. So technology is not only the use of some materials and resources, but the fact that they use their knowledge and their intelligence to survive in these areas. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted. They use the stones. They use the skin of the animals. They use the rocks and the stones also to make knives, axes, and other weapons. And the last question is, why did early people live and work in groups? You can find this here also in the part of technology. Early people used special skills and teamwork to hunt. In other words, when they work as a group, they got better results for surviving. They got better results to gather food, to go hunting, which was basically the lifestyle they had for their communities and the people. It also say that, as I told you, these guys, they camouflage, to get the animal kills. And it says back there that the cooperation in bands really gave them excellent results on what they wanted to get, which was food and water and the animal skins, the food of the animals, etc., etc. So that's why early people work in groups. Okay. And that was the last question, guys. I hope you got most of it in the study guide you made. In case you didn't have it, please correct it and get the right answers. In case you see that most of the answers that you shows were not correct, you can correct them and send it back to me by email, okay? So I can see what you did. If you got them correct, there is no need for for you to send it or email it, okay? So may God bless you guys. Take really good care of yourself and your family. May God bless you all.